Hey everyone, I'm Jessie Lang, coming to you from the Tesla facility in the Silicon Valley, because today marks a huge milestone in the company's history. For the very first time, customers can get their hands on Tesla's Model S, the world's first premium sedan engineered from the ground up as an all-electric vehicle. The Model S is a full-sized 5-passenger four-door made from a lightweight aluminum-intensive design. It has a floor-mounted electric powertrain, and with 3 battery capacities, it sets a new record for vehicle range. You can choose from 40, 60, and 85 kilowatt-hour batteries for a claimed vehicle range of 265 miles. Yes, it is possible to road trip in this electric vehicle. A 350 horsepower AC induction motor drives the sedan to a claimed 130 mile/hour top speed. And with a motor that's nearly 3 times as efficient as a gasoline engine, Tesla also says the performance model can go from 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. The lithium-ion batteries are liquid-cooled and positioned below the floor for a low center of gravity designed to yield better handling. The battery's placement also facilitates undercar airflow to enhance efficiency and range. And the stiffness of the battery pack adds strength to the cabin to optimize safety. While all the technology can overwhelm the car, Tesla wants you to know that this is not just a battery on wheels. Inside the Model S, you'll find a lot of the luxury amenities and safety features you'd expect from a premium automobile, including an optional panoramic sunroof and twin rear-facing jump seats for children. But its most prominent feature is definitely the huge, maybe too huge, 17-inch touchscreen that controls every aspect of the car, from the navigation to cabin controls and vehicle data. Also scoring novelty points are the unique door handles that extend from the car when pressed and retract when the door shuts. Aside from looking cool, they actually improve the car's aerodynamics. According to Tesla, the Model S has a drag coefficient of 0.24, the lowest of any car on the market. All in all, it has an unadorned yet stylish aesthetic. But how does it drive? We couldn't wait to find out. But rather than settling for the 10 minutes behind the wheel that Tesla granted journalists at this press event, we arranged for MotorTrend's technical director, Frank Marcus, to not only get a ton of seat time, but also an exclusive tour of the 5 million foot facility where these cars are being built.
Thanks, Jesse. I just got a great tour of the new Tesla facility with the head of manufacturing, Gilbert Passin. And I'll tell you, this tour erased any doubt in my mind as to whether the Model S is a real car or Tesla's in the car business to stay. This gigantic factory used to build General Motors and Toyota vehicles until a couple of years ago when Tesla bought the place for pennies on the dollar during the downturn. They also made Toyota throw in a bunch of the expensive equipment that it takes to build cars. Then they went to some other suppliers and manufacturers who were also having trouble and bought more equipment from them. That means now they are insourced. They are building more products here, more of the parts that go into a Model S in this building than Toyota used to build when they were making Corollas here. Pretty interesting stuff. The vast majority of the stampings and castings used in the body are made here, and they're welded, bonded, and riveted together by unique multitasking robots that can do all the above tasks as well as move the parts around. Several injection molding machines produce over 90% of the plastic parts as well. Lenses, switches, sensors, and so forth are purchased from suppliers, but the electric motors are built on the second floor, and the battery packs are assembled just steps away from where they get installed on the car. In the final assembly area, the cars ride on unique magnetically guided carriers instead of conveyors, and the dismounted doors ride along with the car instead of sending them off on separate conveyors as most manufacturers do. Quality is checked all along the way, and the finished cars can be test driven on an indoor track because they don't produce any emissions.
After taking an extensive tour of the factory, Frank met up with Tesla's CEO and co-founder Elon Musk, who gave him an overview of what the Model S is all about.
The goal with the Model S was really to try to create the best car in the world and to show that an electric car can be the best car in the world. That's the sort of the overarching goal. Because previously, when people thought of an electric car, they thought of an electric car as being quite compromised. They buy the car because it's electric instead of because it's the best car. That's a problem for widespread adoption of electric vehicles.
All right, so I just went for a spirited ride with Elon at the helm, where we got up to 80 miles an hour in the 25 zone right there. Got a good sense of what it can do. Now we're going to drive it a little bit more like a normal customer here. We're heading out onto the streets of Fremont and up into the hills outside. And we'll see how it goes. I'm riding with...
Oh, it goes.
Yes, riding with Franz von Holzhausen here, who designed the car. Initial impressions after our highway drive, quite good. obviously with this very low drag coefficient, wind noise is quite low. There's no engine noise at all. There's a little bit of motor in the back, but it's pretty well masked, and I can't say that I hear any of that. I also am pleased with, I know that the amount of regen is tunable. I think it's on standard right now, but I'm pretty good with what there is. You get off the gas and it doesn't throw your head forward like Mini E's do. The car does corner very flatly. Obviously all that weight down very low, even despite small anti-roll bars. There's just no lean to speak of in these turns, which I'm taking pretty hard. Good grip, no noise, no howling from the tires. The brake feels pretty natural as well. There's none of the monkey business where, okay, it's regen and now it's hydraulic and there's some funny step change you can feel. This seems to have been tuned better than even Toyota has managed to do after however many generations of hybrids. Having the rear wheels driven is also always a bonus on these kinds of cars. It's kind of driving environment, and I do appreciate that's where all this thrust is coming from. Frees the front end up for steering duties alone, which does pretty well. And there's no kind of nanny over here dropping leaves off a tree as I push the pedal down. This happens in some of these Ford Fusions and so forth. And I've been driving this car hard for 20 minutes and I don't have any low range warning lights blinking yet. In fact, the range meter is showing 195 miles yet, so that's encouraging. Range anxiety might be a thing of the past, but at least with the 85 kilowatt hour battery. Based on this pretty extensive first drive of the Tesla Model S, I'm pretty favorably impressed. I believe they have built a destination car for car people, not necessarily just electric vehicle people, which I think was the ultimate goal. And my gosh, there seems like a lot of determination on display in that plant, and it seems to be paying off in the metal here.
Those who are familiar with how far Tesla has come and the types of obstacles the company has had to traverse are likely to share Frank's appreciation for the Model S. Because from its inception in 2003, Tesla has set out to do what many deem impossible: to overturn the world's automotive infrastructure and to replace the industry's reliance on petroleum and internal combustion engines with exhaust-free electricity. And given the grandeur of the goal, perhaps it's not surprising that from the get-go, a sizable group of speculators have declared Tesla's failure inevitable. After all, of all the products one can choose to produce, cars are among the most challenging. Building a vehicle means constructing massive, complex machines with hundreds of moving parts that must work together seamlessly every time. It requires more than 1,000 employees to design, engineer, manufacture, and distribute the product. And all of their work must be regulated for safety and emissions every step of the way. For Tesla, this endeavor also meant utilizing a new and not yet widely embraced technology, securing hundreds of patents, and investing huge sums of money in proprietary engineering. Not to mention the disadvantage they're at, given that the size of their operation is dwarfed by that of their competitors. Big car companies have so many models that the vehicles that succeed are able to compensate for the ones that don't. But when you consider that Toyota sells more Camrys in a month than Tesla plans to sell in a year, it's clear that Tesla has absolutely no room for error. Still, the company has remained undaunted and has steadily moved forward on what they describe as a mission to accelerate the world's transition to electric mobility. They're aiming to prove that drivers don't have to sacrifice on performance, style, comfort, or range in order to drive electric. Now, with the Model S off the assembly line and into customers' hands, time will soon tell if they're gaining ground in their attempt to reinvent the way people think about and make decisions about the cars they purchase. From its beginnings, Tesla and Elon Musk have definitely been the subject of controversy. There has been no shortage of naysayers and skeptics expressing their doubt. However, the company has weathered a horrible economic storm, and they have now effectively, successfully rolled cars off the production line. So what do you think? Can Elon Musk revolutionize the automotive industry? Can he change the way vehicles are built on a mass scale? And do you want an all-electric vehicle? Let me know in the comments section. I want to know what you think. I'm Jessie Lang, and I'll see you next week. I promised the MotorTrend crew that if Tesla scored a home run with the Model S, I'd slide into an imaginary home plate on the Tesla factory floor.